Hi, I'm Mike Marino, and this is a brand new episode of Live from My Mother's Basement. Hey, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Live from My Mother's Basement. This is actually the first episode that I've ever done where somebody called me and said, I'll be right over, let's shoot now. I'm like, what? Yeah, I'm on my way from Canada to Long Island. I'm cutting through New Jersey. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. And he goes, well, can we do it now? Because my wife and my kid, we're all going out to dinner. And I'm like, pull in the driveway. And just about 5 minutes ago, my phone rings. I'm in your driveway. Do you have a white SUV? I'm like, yeah, I'm behind you.
Yeah, that's how it works, man.
Yes. And he didn't even pull in. He backed in.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a Canadian thing, I think.
I was going to say that.
Yeah.
Because I don't know anybody that would have backed into my driveway.
Yeah.
You back in because you're delivering groceries.
No. You know why you back in?
Why?
You can make a quick getaway if shit hits the fan.
There's an Italian guy from Toronto. You know why you back in? So you can get the hell out of here.
That's it. Just in case shit hits the fan, you're bam. You just drive out.
Ladies and gentlemen from Toronto, Canada. Am I saying the right area?
That's it. Yep.
From Toronto, Canada, one of the funniest comedians on the circuit today. I know him as Joe Pellerino.
That's it. Yep. You said that
But
right.
in Italian, or his label, or his code name, stage name, is Lou. Say it.
Siciliano Raggiato.
Okay, see, I'm good at saying Siciliano. That I can say.
Yeah.
It's just that
it's the rolling of the R's, probably.
I don't know how you roll your fucking R's, man. I'm sorry, your kid's here.
It's all right. No, Chris, don't worry about it. She hears it all the
She's
time.
in New Jersey, right?
Yeah.
It's not even a dirty word here.
No.
It's just an inflection.
It's an end.
Yes.
No,
Guys,
yeah,
funny as hell.
Thanks,
The
man.
Italian name is just, I don't know. He says his name, I get hungry. I want to go to a nice Italian restaurant. I want some wine. And
But funny enough, you know what it means? Siciliano Raggiato.
the angry Sicilian.
The angry Sicilian.
Yeah, that I know.
A lot of guys don't know what that means. So they call me Lou. Like they call me, hey Lou, what's going on? So Lou means the, right?
Yeah, so people call you the. Hey, the.
Hey, the. So which is cool. I'm okay with it. You know, it's the angry Sicilian. I'm actually transitioning. Not that way. No, wait.
These
Not
days
like that. No, not like that.
Would you like some lipstick?
No, thank you. I'm actually not that there's anything wrong with that, by the way. Not that there's anything wrong with that. All right.
We can't even be ourselves.
I'm losing the Italian pronunciation because when I do comedy clubs, especially here in the States, they can't say it. So I'm slowly starting to drop it. I'm gonna introduce the angry Sicilian. So Joe, the angry Sicilian. Cool.
In English.
In English, yeah. So I'm still keeping the premise of it, the Lu Siciliano Raggiato, but I'm gonna start announcing myself as Joe, the angry Sicilian.
This is going to be great, folks. Pay attention, pay close attention, because this is really the first Canadian, other than a fellow friend of ours who I never really consider Canadian because he's always with me in Los Angeles, Angelo Sarukis.
Angelo Sarukis, yeah, good guy.
But you're the first Canadian on my show.
Oh, really?
Second to Angelo. But like
I'm signing the wall.
I can't wait for you to sign the wall. Make sure I got the pens right here waiting.
Signing the wall. What a cool basement you got here, Mike.
Thank you.
Listen, I took a walk around and saw all the cool stuff you have here. This here's a cash register here, guys. It's from 1925.
It's 1800s.
1887.
Yep.
Get out of here! I'm afraid to touch it. I don't even want to touch it. It's 1800s. It's cool. It's got a lot of like antique relics down here. It's a really cool
everything
basement.
down here is truly from my mother and father's life.
Amazing.
Especially their mother and father's life. So that's why when people always ask me about my real heritage, and I'm like, look, I can actually show you what it all looks like.
Yeah. It's cool, man. I wish they could see it. One day you might see it. Maybe Mike will do a tour one day. I'm sure you have.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm going to videotape everything. Hopefully we could do the series down here that I'm hoping to do. But right now,
Amazing.
We got a Canadian comedian who came down to the basement. We performed together a number of times out in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
He's on his way to one of the most famous, iconic comedy clubs in Long Island, New York, which is Governor's.
Mm-hmm.
There's 3 of them. What's your situation this weekend?
So I'm doing Friday, May I'm not sure what this is coming out. What's today?
It doesn't matter. I don't know when this is going to
so
come out.
I'm doing the Friday night at Governor's in the main room. On the Saturday, I'm heading over to Bohemia at the Maguire's at their other club.
Right.
And my first time actually at Maguire's. I never performed at Maguire's before. I've always performed at Levittown. And,
Levittown.
That's always been a great club, and James has always been great to me. And now, first time doing Maguire's, I have no idea what to expect. I'm hearing two sides of the stories about Maguire's.
No.
No?
This is a great time of year.
Yeah? Okay, good.
And these clubs are so well known, so famous. James is a great guy. He's Italian.
Yeah.
A good amount of the area is Italian. They're going to come out for you. They're going to cheer for you.
Cool.
And you're going to kill them, and you're going to have a lot of fun. And I want to say thanks for driving through New Jersey before you go out there.
That Jersey Turnpike, you want to hear a story, a really quick story?
Sure.
I had no idea you had to grab a ticket on the way in.
Oh, the tolls.
I got pinched.
By
hard.
who?
I got by the toll coming in. So you have to grab a ticket on the way in.
Yeah.
Then you come off.
Then you pay.
Yeah. Well, if you don't have a ticket, you get pinched $20.
Just 20?
Just 20. I got pinched 20. I was like, "What? Look at me. I don't look like I'm from here, right? Do I look like I'm from here? No.
Well, you look like a New Yorker, yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, she didn't believe me. She's like, too fucking bad. She's like, give me my $20. I'm like, I
Well,
got pinched.
so was it a long time that you were on the road or a short time? Because if you're on for miles and miles or an hour or so like that, then yeah, it's $20.
No, I just didn't have a ticket. So she
Penalized
me because I didn't grab a ticket. I just drove through. I didn't know I had to grab a ticket.
Wow.
Because, the rest of I'm learning a lot this trip, eh? The rest of the trip, every time I've been down here, I've just driven through and just charged my plate and we're done.
Well, I was going to say, don't they just charge your plate?
No, I had to actually physically grab a ticket into the Jersey Turnpike. So those of you Canadians coming down here.
Oh, wait a minute.
Wait.
When you go on the turnpike around here, it's pay by toll, pay by plate.
No, that's what I thought.
You just blare through it.
I blared through it.
How'd you even see anybody? I didn't think anybody worked there
So
anymore.
there was another section where it said full service. So I was like, okay, well maybe I'll stop there. I don't know what the hell's going on. I should have just blew through the easy pass and then screw it. I should have just went through it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that what I got to do this time?
I would think so.
Okay. Well, anyway, I'm just gonna blow through it this time. I'm gonna get charged by the.
This is hilarious. I'm
no
starting
idea.
to think somebody was standing there going, watch me get $20 from this guy.
Probably. I'm telling you, I think I got pinched. I
think you got ripped off.
I think I got roped. Yeah. Welcome to Jersey, folks.
See, because when you leave New Jersey and you're starting to drive through Florida, everything is told by plate.
Yeah.
Like, they take a picture of your plate and they send you a bill in the mail.
That's what I'm used to. I'm used to just having that, just going through it.
That's confusing because
And
I got
now-
to go to Brooklyn tomorrow, and
Dude, if it says grab a ticket because I didn't. The guy in front of me had a charge of $3.50. So I pulled up. I was like, great. I have $5 in my hand. I'm like, here you go. She's like, where's your ticket? I'm like, what ticket? She's like, the ticket you have to grab over there. I'm like, well, I don't know. I'm not from here. She's like, well, it's $20. So I either got ripped for $20 or I learned my lesson.
I think you got robbed.
Probably.
I think there's somebody in a toll booth somewhere on the Parkway going,
Laughing.
"Hey, these Canadians,
Dumb Canadian. Dumb Canadian. I just
I
got
took
$20.
his cash.
Yeah.
Well, hey, that's a great way to start this podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Welcome to New Jersey.
Welcome to Jersey. Yeah, exactly.
But when you leave Toronto, don't you have to cross the border and show ID, right?
Yeah. You gotta
Passport?
get a passport, yeah.
All right, so everybody in your car had a passport.
Everybody had a passport, yeah, except for the guy in my trunk, but that's fine.
That's all right. He's not alive. Anyway,
He didn't need one. No, it was easy. It was 8 hours, right? About 8 hour drive. It was an 8 hour drive.
where were you actually born and raised?
I was born in Toronto, Canada. Just born in Toronto, Canada. My parents conceived me in Sicily. So I was conceived
So
in
you
Sicily.
are a Siciliano.
Siciliano.
How do they say it?
Siciliano.
Siciliano.
Siciliano, yeah. So I
In
was-
your dialect or in every Sicilian dialect?
in every Sicilian dialect, Siciliano. It's like,
Is Sicilian
it's like
have many
Calabrese.
dialects or
Oh
just
yeah,
one?
there's there's like 3 or 4. Right, about 3 or 4 different more, probably a lot more. I'm getting waved over there a lot more than before.
So even in the
Sicily,
language Siciliano, there's a lot of dialects.
Yeah, like Calabrese.
so
Calabrese is
confusing,
like
man.
there's like 50. Yeah, trust me, it's
Growing up, I never knew there was dialects. I just thought my mother spoke Italian, and that's the way you spoke Italian.
Where you from, Mike?
My mother is from a small town in Campobasso. It's called Duronia.
Okay, Campobasso.
All her brothers and sisters, and their first language, of course, was Italian.
Yeah.
So when my mother spoke Italian to everybody around here, we thought that's the way you speak Italian. And then in this town, which is predominantly Italian, this town of Scotch Plains, New Jersey, is Mundazzole, and they all speak Bruzzese.
Really?
So I thought this was Italian.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I went to Italy and somebody said to me while I was trying to speak Italian, they said,
you say?
listen, could you please speak English? I don't know what the hell you just said. I'm like, I said, get each.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
Funny you
Open your
say
mouth. What?
Funny you say
But my
that.
mother would say she spoke Mountain Guinea.
Mountain. Yeah. Well, that's the we call what do you call them there? Picurari. Picurari. We call them picurari.
Oh, is that right?
Sheep herders.
Yeah. My Aunt Mary used to say all the time, what school? I rode a donkey.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't go to school. We rode a
And
donkey.
it's funny you say that. I just did a TV interview back home in Toronto, and it was an Italian station, and they said, "Hey, you go ahead and just answer the questions that we're going to give you." So I started answering the questions. I started answering them in dialect. And the guy turns to me and goes, "If you want to just go ahead and just answer them in English, it's fine."
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I was speaking in dialects. Hey, listen, the reason why I do this for two reasons. Two, because I love comedy. I love making people laugh. I love entertaining people. But I'm also trying to keep this tradition of Italian stuff, and it's keeping the dialect because it's gone. It's going away.
Yeah.
Here, Americans, I've noticed the American Italians are okay with it being, excuse me for being ignorant, but bastardizing the Italians.
Watered down.
Watered down. So the Canadians are much more home-based Italians. Like Italian, right? But they're losing, the young generation are losing the dialect.
Are they?
Oh yeah, even here. They're not even the only ones I notice here are the Napolitans. The Napolitans here keeping their dialect strong here in America. In America. But so I try to keep it going.
I hope you do.
I try.
All my cousins, who are my mother's closest bloodline in Toronto that you met, Mark and Michael and Joanne, they speak fluent Italian, and so do their kids.
Yeah, they speak straight.
They look at me like, what the hell happened? I'm like, because you guys stopped here.
Yeah,
we kept going.
They're straight Italian. They speak straight Italian.
Yep.
What I like to call straight Italian. It's like, I guess, Roman Italian.
My cousin Mark's father, who is my first cousin, Mark's my second cousin.
Yep.
His father was my mother's brother. And they have two left that are alive. They're pushing 90, and they don't speak English.
Well, God
to
bless.
this day.
Jeez.
In Canada.
So you have no choice but to learn it.
They do.
Yeah, there you
yes.
go. There you
Like
go.
if I was in the room with them, I'd have to get an interpreter.
Yeah. Yeah. I have to say, you know what? I've been privileged, man. My mom never spoke any English. My dad speaks, because he had the business. He gets by. He's got the broken English, right?
He talk like this.
Yeah, dog talk like this is
I talk like this.
If you guys want to give me text or no text, we take care of it.
Yeah.
That's how he talks. So I had no choice but to learn Italian.
I love that.
Right? Yeah, but you know what? It is what it is, man. Just try to keep our nationality, our heritage going. You're doing a great job.
I'm doing the best I can.
But look at it down here, dude. Like, I'm looking. I wish you guys could see it.
This is all I knew.
It's the coolest stuff that is even bring me back to my childhood. Like, I know you're a little bit older than I am. Sorry about you're a little older than I am. But I'm looking at it like it's just the pots and pans you guys got there, the sleigh, all this memorabilia back here. It's the coolest
Half
place.
these bottles of alcohol are from the 50s. They don't even open. They're dried up.
Oh, well, I don't know about that, Mike. They're kind of empty here, but anyway.
So let's go back in time. Now, you're born and raised in Toronto.
Yeah.
Which they always say Toronto when I go to Toronto.
Toronto.
And when was it that you said, you know what, I want to be in the comedy business. I want to be an entertainer.
That was the key word. Entertainer.
Entertainer. Well, I say entertainer because I'm not just a comedian. I don't just do stand-up. I want to act.
Yeah. So, listen,
I'd like to direct.
I've always been the funny guy. I've always been the guy who lightens the mood up in the worst times, funerals or family functions. I've always been, if I can make myself look like a fool, make somebody else laugh, I'm into it. I'm all into it.
Right.
But I've always loved to entertain. I've always loved to act and do this and do that and be in front of a camera and yada yada yada. I've always liked that the movie world, and I've always wanted to do the acting. I've always wanted to do that, and the comedy stuff came naturally. I hate to say it came naturally, but it is something that you either have it or you don't. You're either a dry piece of toast or you're not, right?
Munchie cake.
Munchie cake, right? So about 7 years now. 7 years now, looking at Instagram when Instagram and social media just started, watching all these other guys take it to social media, and you know him, like Giuseppe the MC and a whole bunch of other guys there from Toronto area, you know, doing the social media stuff. I was, you know, and I find them hilarious. They're doing a great job. And I was like, you know what? I can probably tell my stories and see what happens. And that's what happened. I just started, I created a page. I was in line in my bed. Didn't even know what the hell to call a page. I asked my wife, I said, well, what should I call myself? And I couldn't really get a name, and I got pissed off. And she's like, man, you're Rajato, which means like you're always you fly off the handle quick.
Do you? You got a temper?
I'm Sicilian. I can't help it.
Hence the name.
Hence the name.
Roll your R's.
I'm pretty calm guy. Like you, Mike. Pretty calm guy.
Calm.
Until I'm not.
Until I kill somebody.
Until I'm not, right? I'm a pretty calm guy. I'm a happy guy. I'm always smiling, having a great time. And I'm cool and collected until I'm not, right? So, but yeah, she's like, oh, you flopped. I was like, fuck, that's a perfect fucking name. Lucio Chiliano Rajato. So I got the name, wasn't taken, so I took it, and I did a couple of videos. Third video that I did went viral, and then it was, now this is where we are.
You're addicted.
I'm addicted. Oh, first show I did with you. I opened.
I remember, yeah.
I opened.
I didn't know it was your first show.
It was my very
I didn't know it was
first
your
show.
first show till you said it when we did the show at Joker's.
Yeah, so it was my first show. What was it, 800 people? 800.
That was big.
It was big. It was 800.
With Enrico.
With Enrico. Enrico set up the show. You were the headliner, and I opened up for you. What you didn't see was, just before I went on, you know how there's like the two curtain, there's the curtain, then there's the space, and then there's the back curtain behind stage.
Yeah.
So you didn't. I actually was hyperventilating behind that stage.
Oh, really?
I was actually
nervous?
I was walking. My first show, 800 people. I went from social
a little bit
media,
much.
Yeah, I went from social media to standing in front of 800 people. So I that first show, I was walking back and forth, going through my shit. And, I wanted to make you proud. I wanted to make Enrico proud. I don't know. I didn't want to bomb, right? So I'm walking back and forth. All of a sudden, Enrico calls my name out. I had no choice. What to do? Pick up my shorts, and I walked out. I did my, I think it was 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever it was. And then I got a standing ovation. And that right there caught the bug, Mike. And that it hasn't stopped since. So taking advice from you and other comics out there, trying to make myself better, because the way you did it and doing it, I consider the way I did it cheating. It's cheating. You did it. You're the OG way. You went from club to club for what I mean by that, and what and let me explain that to you guys is, when I post a video or I post a story or a joke or whatever, I can post it and I'll get 50,000 people within the hour to see it.
Right.
How long did it take you, Frank Spadone, Angelo Sarukis, all these club comics to go around and to get in front of 50,000 people?
20 years.
Right. You see what I'm trying to say? So I consider it cheating, but the way you guys did it, I respect it, because that's the way that you really know if you got it, is on stage.
Yeah.
Right?
Because back in the original day, or my day, you had to go to open mics, and you were going out 2-3 a night at a bar, an ice cream parlor, a coffee shop, a pizza place, anywhere to tell a joke in front of nobody, hoping that it worked, and then again and again and again. Mm-hmm. So fast forward, the social media, but it does help guys like myself now too, because you take some of those clips from the past, you put them on the internet, and then people want to go see it. So it's kind of a catch-22. So you don't really drive yourself nuts about it, but it can shock the crap out of somebody who does social media, and then all of a sudden, wait a minute, there's people there.
Trust me,
They're in the room.
And if you bomb hard, it'll take you out.
Yeah.
Emotionally, it'll take you right out.
It could.
You know, I know a couple of guys that have gone out there, and they've done it, and they I guess they didn't realize what it could be. And it took them out. Like, it emotionally takes them out, man.
Yeah, well, we
what I
know
mean?
a few people
Right.
who do make phone calls. You got to talk to me. I'm hanging off the edge of a bridge. I'm like, look, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
But, yeah, when you want it so badly.
And that's just, take it for what it is, right? Grain of salt.
The best thing you can do if you want to be a stand-up comedian and you want to be in the entertainment business is just be around people you know are cool.
Yeah.
They'll talk to you. They'll talk you down off the ladder, and they'll help you move forward.
Yeah, man. You've been needing.
Because believe it or not, that you're helping them too, because it reminds them of a way things used to be. And you go, wow, yeah, I went through that. Listen, here's what you got to think.
Yeah.
Focus really on just what you are doing. Don't worry about everything else. 1 out of every 100 people is going to say something really bad. Who gives a shit? You got 99 that said something great. Try not to focus on the one, because we're going to.
Right. No,
You're
100%.
going to.
And you've been a great mentor for me and for other guys too, because I come to you and I say, hey, listen, Mike, you know what? I gotta do this, I gotta do that, and I gotta do this. Well, yeah, get on stage. Because if you're not getting on stage and you're doing it from behind a camera, yeah, you get the gratification of getting all these views and all these comments, which I appreciate to everybody watching. But you're telling me, hey, listen, do it like this, because you're going to see what it's really about and if it's really going to work, right? So,
Well, making videos is great. There's some guys out there making videos like yourself. They're great writers. They come up with really cool stuff. The thing is, you go live, somebody throws you a curveball,
you don't have
batter up.
Yeah.
You might have to take somebody down verbally.
Verbally. Well,
It's kind of fun.
oh, you did it in Toronto. So there was that one lady, that one girl. I think she had a little bit too much, and she was just, you I think you changed what? I think you added like 25 minutes of your set. I think you just ripped into her for about 25
And
minutes.
the funniest thing is, I don't even remember, because to me, it's like,
Oh,
no,
it
I
was
went to
great.
work, and that's what happened.
Yeah, and that's the mentality, right? The different mentality of you went to work, and it just comes natural to guys like you and all the other OGs that are out there, right? So,
Well, look at you. Now you're actually performing in the United States.
yep.
The United States. And you say when you go on stage, I don't know if you do or not, but in the United States, you tell people I'm Canadian?
I do, yeah.
Yeah. Let them have it.
Yeah, it's a risk.
It is.
Like
Because
I
they're
said,
going to be an asshole in that room.
Yeah, 100%. There could be an asshole in that room, and you gotta be ready for it, which I am. But that's why I hear McGuire's is a different beast than Levittown. I heard there's a little bit more, there could be a little bit more
Trashy.
fun people at McGuire's, which I'm looking forward to. But anyway,
Yes.
But hey, I don't give a shit. Let's
But we
do it.
never know what you're going to get.
No, he doesn't, and that's a nice thing about being on social media, because you have a targeted crowd, and the crowd does come out, and I thank all my followers watching this, and if you're not following Mike, you better be, because
We're going to.
You know
We're
what I
going to
mean?
do a big
Yeah.
shout out when this is
yeah,
ready.
we're all done. But it's just I do appreciate everybody coming out, because you do have a target audience, and they come out, right, and they come out and they're loyal. So I listen. I do appreciate it. And then when you get 50, 60 people coming out and saying, hey man, I didn't know who the fuck you were, and you're funny shit. So, and that makes you feel awesome, honest to God.
Makes you feel great.
Yeah. So it makes you feel.
And that's why you're never going to stop. You're going to keep on going. And before you know it, you're going to be going, hey, Marino, I'm playing Madison Square Garden. I need an opening act. I'm like, I'll be right over.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Are you driving through Jersey to get to New York again?
God, I'm never driving back down here again. I'm flying. Fuck that shit.
Come on, I'll give you 20.
No. Yeah, I know. I'm not driving here anymore.
Did you hand him a Canadian 20?
No, I handed him
That
an
would have
American-
been
that would've
hilarious.
I should have done.
Handed them a Canadian
I
20.
should have handed him a Canadian
Yeah,
20
this
here.
is worth $5 in your city.
They probably would have looked like, well, who's this Monopoly money? What is this shit? Oh, it's different colors.
Where'd you get the mauve color? That's really, really great. All right, so
Yeah.
his act is based on his life and his world, being Sicilian and bringing it around the world, and talking about his family, his heritage, which is really, really great. And it's funny because when you tell the truth as an entertainer, no matter what it is, anybody around the world goes, oh my God, my father talks like that. Oh, my mother did that. The other day, my back hurt just like his hurt. And that's when true comedy makes people go, I love this guy.
Yeah, it's relatable, man. It's stories.
So how long you actually being a performer now?
7 years.
7 years. That's
7 years,
nothing.
Yeah, it's
Nothing.
I know. And that's,
7 years actually is when they say you become a headliner. Well, that's what it was then. I don't know what it is now.
I don't know what it is now either. It's just like I said, social media
Catapult you.
catapults.
And every 7 years, you'll change.
And that's what I'm doing now. Funny you say that. The whole conversation down here, the car ride down here. I'm like, I gotta switch it up. Like you know when you get in your own head,
Yeah.
and you're like, I gotta change. I gotta change something. I'm getting tired of doing the same type of videos over. Even though I'm getting great comments and great feedback, but it's just me. It's like you want to change. You want to do something different. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, here's my opinion.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
So every 7 years, life changes in any realm.
Okay.
So if it's in 7 years, you change your act or you add and subtract to your act, someone in the audience is going to go, hey, man, why don't you do that one joke again? Could you just do that joke again? And you go, no, I got new stuff. Oh, yeah, but if you didn't mind, could you please just do that joke again? So then you do the joke again.
Yeah.
And then a couple of years goes by, and you'll have some new stuff, and then you'll stop doing that, and somebody's going to say, hey, you remember that joke that you did? Could you do that?
Yeah.
And then you start getting baffled. What should I do?
Yeah.
You're going to have to do a plethora of all of it. And before you know it, you're on stage 2 hours. And they're like, okay, could you stop? I want to go home.
That's to be honest, that's happening now. A lot of guys, so I every year, I'll create a tour and I'll create material, and I'll do it like this tour. And now last year was the You Give Me Ajita tour, right? Now it's it's the Why Me tour, because this I've incorporated more shit about my wife and my kids and growing up, the difference between being married and having kids, and the way we grew up with our parents and the way we grew up, and it's just why me. So it's a whole new shtick. At the end of a couple of the shows, people came up and they were like, "Oh, we really wanted you to do this joke and that joke," and I'm like, "Yeah, that was last tour. That was the last time. Why didn't you?" "Yeah, but you should have did it because it was hilarious. Because so and so I brought didn't see it, and they're now here and they want this." So it's like, you're right. What do you do? You just put a big mumble jumble of everything and you try to slide it in, and hopefully it works, man.
And it will work.
Yeah.
You said a word that I'm actually going to question now. The word agita, of course, we heard all my whole life, but I didn't know whether it was an Italian word or a slang word that just meant you had a bellyache. Because my mother would always say, all right, stop it, you're giving me agita.
Yeah.
So we thought it was an Italian word for bellyache.
No, it's acid reflux.
Is it?
Acid is acid reflux.
You shitting me.
Yeah, acid reflux.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
No? Yeah, so you guys say agita. You guys say agita. We say agidu.
How'd you do?
Agidu with a U.
No shit.
Yeah. So it's
Agita.
you give me agidu means you're giving me acid reflux. You give me yeah.
Agita.
You give me agita, man.
You know what gives me agita is so many young Italian comedians up and coming taking all this Italian word of the day shit. And I'm like, oh, come on. Get something else.
There's a lot of guys.
It's just a little bit much.
But hey, listen, I can't talk. I can't badmouth because you know what? Let them do their thing.
Yeah.
Let them do their thing, man. It's this whole social media stuff. I can't badmouth it because that's the world I came from, right? And is it a good thing? You see some guys copying other guys, and we all have our thoughts about guys copying other guys and taking material, But the way I look at it is, my stories are my stories.
Yeah.
Stories.
It's your spin on it.
But my stories are my stories.
Yeah.
They're real that happened to me. Actions, mannerisms, this. Like, when I do this, my parents did this.
Yeah.
Right? That's nobody's joke.
No.
Nobody created
And I don't
this.
even know anybody that did that but
Right.
you.
Nobody. It's this when somebody does this, like, not this is okay. When you flip it like this, it means you're fucking dead.
Oh, yeah?
Right? Yeah. So this, that or when they talk to you with, when their teeth don't separate because they're right. That's an Italian thing. Nobody created that joke. So you can't say, "Oh, that guy copied me," or that kid copied me, or that guy. No, right?
Yeah.
It's but you put it in. I put it into a story that happened to me. It's somebody else did it and did it in their own way. I can't say that. Oh, that guy took my joke. He didn't take my joke.
So many people ask me about this whole thing when I said I wanted to be the president of the United States. It started because my uncle and my father and all my cousins would say what they would do if they were in power. And they were always doing it my whole life from when I was a little kid. Hey, if I was running a country, you'd think I wouldn't have stabbed the one guy twice in the head when he was on television? And you're like, what? So eventually it becomes what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
And when we were going to different parts of the world in war, I just went on television and wherever I was and said, you know what I would do? And before you know it, it's stuck.
Yeah, man.
So I started making videos about me running for president of the United States, and I can't stop. And now with all the stupid stuff that's going on in the world, I'm selling T-shirts.
You got merch out of it. Listen, and who wouldn't want to make America Italian again?
Well, the whole joke was supposed to be if we ran it like wise guys.
Right. But who wouldn't want it that way?
Right. So,
Listen, I've seen your show. I've seen your multiple times, and it's true.
well,
It's
the
true.
truth is always funny.
It's true. Why wouldn't you want to make America Italian again?
And now,
Honest to God.
like you, well, maybe more like me, when you get older, you can't help but talking about the aches and pains that you go through when you go see a doctor.
Yeah.
I came up with some stuff now. I know I'm not the only one going to do it, but I'm having a problem going to the bathroom. And all you have to do is just say it. And you see people go, oh, my God, he's talking about us. I can't pee. I pee at 3 o'clock in the morning. I get up at 3 and nothing comes out. I'm like, yes. It's called prostate problems.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea.
You might.
Yeah, well, soon enough.
And then you're
Soon
going to go,
enough.
then somebody's going to go, he took my joke. No, he's got prostate problems.
Yeah, he's got prostate problems. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. No,
But that's the joy of this shit.
yeah, it is. It's. I'm loving it. I mean, it's only been 7 years. You're what? 37?
I'm 37 years old now.
No, I mean like years doing comedy. How many years doing?
31.
31.
I started stand-up
late.
late.
Far off.
I
Though,
was
eh?
29.
See that?
Yeah.
Wow. 31 years, man.
31 years.
31
This is
years.
all I do. I like going to work. I'm not one of those guys that says, I can't believe I got to go to work. I can't wait to go.
Yeah.
Comedians, I think, or entertainers, the only people who go, I wish I had more work.
More. Yeah.
Whereas you talk to a carpenter and he goes, if I only had the day off. We're like, well, we want to go to work.
I never heard a comedian say, I'm so busy.
I got so many shows. What was I thinking?
What was I doing booking so many shows?
Oh, man, they got me doing shit on a Monday.
Ah, jeez. In your case, it's like, I got to go back on that cruise for 5 days and do that show.
I've been lucky with the cruises. I enjoy it.
yeah,
I
it
get
looks
to go
great.
around the world. In fact, today they called me up and asked me if I wanted to fly into the Dominican Republic. You fly all the way to the Dominican Republic, spend the night in a nice, luxurious hotel. Ship shows up in the morning, you get on a ship and you go sailing for a week.
Sounds terrible.
And every night of the week,
Sounds fucking terrible, Mike.
and every night of the week, you crack jokes.
Oof.
Sometimes you crack
Don't
jokes
do
when
it.
people don't speak English.
Don't do it, buddy. Don't do it. Sounds fucking terrible. Who the hell wants to
Hey,
do that?
listen to this. Here's some joy that you can have entertaining, let's say, on a ship, well, maybe even in a regular club. This particular ship, there's 2 comedians, and we flip-flop who goes first every show. It doesn't matter. You could do whatever you want. But if you're both considered headliners, we're only doing 25. 25 minutes, twice a night.
Nice.
So by the end of the week, you already did 10 shows. You start to get a little bit bored. So I said to the other comedian, listen, man, we get along pretty good. We got some chemistry because he's a black comedian from Cincinnati. And I said, let's go on stage together and see what happens. And he goes, okay, cool. So I went on stage and I go, I'll set up an idea and then we'll wing it. So I said, hey, if I was the captain of the ship, this is what I would do. And he goes, and this is what I would do because I'd be the co-captain. And we improv'd for 25 minutes to a standing ovation. And people were like, man, you guys must spend hours rehearsing. I'm like, we didn't even know what we were going to do.
But that works out to being the best.
It's the best.
It's the best.
I didn't want to leave. I just wanted to keep on doing stuff with the guy.
Yeah.
And
That's
he
the
was
best.
doing stuff from a black point of view, and
Yep.
I was doing it from an Italian point of
Yeah,
view, and it was
perfect.
crashing. Just
Oh, that's amazing.
just so funny. And then you have a best friend now.
That's right.
We're going to talk to him all the time. We're going to do
That's right.
some stuff together.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Some of the cruise ships now, like say one ship, 5 ships will pull in to Costa Maya. And because of social media, they arrange all the comedians on the ships to meet at a place for lunch. And you're meeting comedians you never would have met
Yeah.
in a completely different country at a restaurant where nobody speaks English, and you're having the best time. And you want to talk about a powwow of guys talking about the industry.
I love it, dude.
And if you had any questions, you ever had any problems, any wonders, any cares, you're going to get it solved.
that's that's one thing I gotta say. Being a new comic, sitting in a room or at a table with other comics or guys who are in the industry is the fucking best. It is the best. It is the best. You shoot the shit, and it's not only that it's funny or whatever, because it's just people are just naturally funny. You learn so much, even though like I say, I learned so much hanging around you guys and Frank Spadone and all the guys that have been in. I can name a million names, but also you meet a bunch of people that you never met before.
Oh, yeah.
And what a cool industry to do that in, man. It's just,
And if you're like what you just said, you're going to get work from
Yeah.
the other comedians. No agent, no manager. You're going to get work from the other comedians because all you have to do is go, hey, man, this was really, really great. Hey, how did you get that gig? And I'm like, oh, man, you should call this guy. He's a friend of mine. And then you get the number, you get the phone call, you get the gig.
you're a perfect example of that, buddy, with me.
Yeah,
You're
why
perfect,
not?
Perfect example.
I felt so bad that I didn't work out the snappers thing. I'm like, I don't get why this ain't happening quickly.
Oh, it's happening. It's happening. It's just lack of time. That's all it is, right? You're just trying to listen. You even set up stuff like Dubai. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Did you get that?
well, you started the conversation with the agent down there, and
Yeah.
I know their 2024 was fully booked up, and she's got me on the list for 2025, and we'll chat later. And you opened up that conversation. How else would that ever would have happened if I've never sat down at a table and had a conversation with other comics? Like I said, it's not just you. Even just other guys. Like when I first started, Joey Cola.
Yes.
Joey Cola helped me out. I opened for him in Montreal, and guy didn't know me from a hole in the wall. Well, he even said, he goes, I'll be your mentor, no problem. Give me a call anytime. I did. I gave him a call, and the guy walked me through certain shit. Like, it's just, that's what I mean. When you have the right people in your corner, and again, now with me, I'm getting asked by newer guys coming up the chain, asking me. I'm like, don't fucking ask me. I'm the wrong guy to ask. You know what I mean? But I give them my 2 cents, thinking, okay, well, you give me your 2 cents. Maybe my 2 cents to him will help him on the new age stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was, I'm just going to tell him, if you're thinking about being a comic or some sort of entertainer, just do it.
Yeah, and be a good guy.
That's it.
Joey Cola
100%.
was the first guy to do my podcast. Joey Cola got me into Governors.
Yeah.
And Joey Cola I met for the first time in the Montreal Comedy Festival with Frank Spadone.
Yeah. He was.
I went to the Montreal Comedy Festival. I don't remember how many light years ago it was. And I remember meeting the world famous Joey Cola because everybody knew Joey, especially on the East Coast. I went into the green room. I'm like, that's him. He was super, super nice to me.
Super guy.
And here comes Frank Spadone with a tray of lasagna.
It sounds about right.
He brought a tray of lasagna in the green room. It was called The Wise Guys of Comedy.
Yeah.
Everybody was Italian. I only remember the 3 of us, but there was probably, Don Marrera was on the show.
Okay.
Don Marrera was not on stage yet. Somebody else was performing, and Don Marrera just decided to walk behind the comedian. He just walked right by him like that. And it got the hugest applause. It was the dumbest, the funniest thing I've ever seen.
That's awesome.
I was all nervous. And when I saw Frank come in the room with that tray of lasagna, I'm like, oh, this is great. Oh, these guys are cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's camaraderie here.
Yeah.
So that's really great. And now that you're playing Joey Cola's home club, you actually should call him. I don't know if you did to say, hey,
I haven't. I should. You know what?
we're going to do it when we're done. We'll take a picture of us. We'll send it over to Joey and say, hey, listen,
you know what?
we don't need you anymore.
He's amazing. No. Joey Cole. He's got a great place in my heart.
Yeah.
He's one of the first guys to kind of be like, hey,
He's the original, man.
Yeah, and for him to do that, it was my first year going. I opened for you, and then I think it was like 4 months later I opened for him in Montreal. Him and Rob Magnotta. It was Rob Magnotta. Magnotti,
the impersonator.
Yeah. Them too, right?
He's a genius.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I opened for them, and
shit,
I opened
bro.
for them, and I didn't know how big it was until a few months later, and then I realized who they were, and I was like,
we're dropping names of some really talented dudes.
Yeah,
Rob Magnotti, man. You ever see him do Saturday Night Fever and he dances? I'm like, what, dude, how do you do that? He looks just like John Travolta. He's got the moves down.
Looks like a fucking dinosaur, too. When he
Oh,
does that.
yeah.
Great guys. Listen, and I've been very privileged and very, very lucky to get in front of guys like you and them and be mentored that way. And that's why I say you never know who you're going to fucking get in front of. So just do it.
What is the story with Enrico Ranella? Because when I met him and he asked me to come out there, I could have sworn he just moved there from Italy.
Yeah, you know what? The guy's got a thicker accent now than ever. The guy's never going to lose his accent. I don't think he wants to speak English. I think he just wants to speak Italian. But
Good for him.
Yeah, I know he's a great guy. He's focusing on his music career now. He's got some great albums, some great songs out. He's incorporating, like every singer does. They incorporate a little bit of comedy.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's still doing great shows. I know he's got one in November in Toronto and Richmond Hill coming up. He's doing a TV show. He's got his very own TV show in Toronto. He's got his own radio show. Yeah, he's doing his thing, man. He's doing his thing.
I remember I got him on a talk show. I was in Canada working with him.
I think I saw that one.
And there was a show. I don't even remember how I got on it. Being Frank.
Being Frank. That's it.
Frank something.
I can't remember his last name.
Then we were on the show.
Yeah, I saw
Being
that.
Frank, and I called him up. I says, "I'm working with this guy. I'll bring him over. We'll put him on the show."
Yeah.
And I thought it was like a big show. I don't know if it really was. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Try anything. You never know. Being Frank was the name of the show. What was his name? Frank D'Angelo.
Frank,
Frank D'Angelo. He produces, directs, he sings.
Yeah.
He's the guy who just said, you know what? I don't care what I'm doing what I want to do.
That's it. And this is the point I'm trying to make.
You got to make your own career.
Just do it.
Try it.
Listen, some guys don't want the 9 to 5. Some guys want the fucking 8 to 12.
Yeah, I want
right?
it.
So, yeah, that's not
When
what
I came
had.
to Canada this last time, you were gracious enough to help me out at this place called Joker's. I don't remember what town we were in.
Richmond Hill.
I got the job because I just was searching out some shit, and I guess, I don't know if Angelo gave me the lead or some other guy gave me the lead, but somebody called me and said, you should have this guy, the douchebag comedian, the douchebag Guido or something like that, be your opening act. And he and I were talking back and forth on the internet.
He does his thing.
I don't know what the guy does.
He does his thing, his social media thing, right?
Is it?
And he's trying to get into the stand up, right? You know what I mean? He's like we were saying, he's very green, very fresh, right? And he's doing his thing on the stand up. He's doing his thing, man. He's green like I was, right?
No, we're not green. We're red for sauce.
Not now, but I'm saying back then.
Yeah.
I was green once, right?
No more greenery. Now you just go out there and you get the green.
No, come on.
Collect the green. This is for the green. Give me the green. I'm going to tell you something. You're going to make a lot of, I hope you make some nice cassiola this weekend because it's a great club. And hope you got a nice solid deal. You got to pay for that gas and the extra 20 that you're going to hand to somebody in Jersey on your way
Wait,
out
hold
of
on a
here.
minute. You get paid for these gigs? Wait a minute. Nobody told me that you get paid for these gigs.
He thought he was doing it for fun.
What the fuck's going on here? No, it's all good.
Not too long ago, we were performing at a place called Joker's, which is out there in Canada. But before we went there, my cousin Mark brought us to some car show that we had to wear tuxedos. I don't know why we had to wear tuxedos, but it was fun. and we made some videos. I didn't see any videos yet.
No,
Did we do
I
it?
haven't finished. I haven't finished. I haven't even posted any. It's been funny 3 months.
Is it 3 months ago now?
That I know that I haven't posted a video on my own.
Oh,
I've been so busy. I hate to say this. We would just say this in the beginning. Oh, I'm so busy. I've been so busy that I haven't had the time to. I have the videos. I just gotta edit them.
yeah.
That's the lengthy part. Shooting them is one thing. It's the editing part. I haven't edited yours either.
I would like to see some of that because we were
Yeah.
dressed up in some nice tuxedos.
Yes,
we got
yeah,
the
yeah.
tuxedos
got it.
graciously for free from your friend, right?
Andrew's Formal. Yeah, Andrew's Formal took care of.
Oh, did we look good?
Oh, we did. I'm gonna see if I can bring it up
good.
and show everybody here. Yeah, it's Andrew's Formal, man. That guy can make a fat guy like me look good. I'm telling you. Jeez. Oh man.
Who else was there? It was me, Mark, his wife.
His wife. Yeah.
Crazy car show, unbelievable.
Yeah, they debuted all the brand new cars that weekend, and we got to take a look at them before everybody else.
I want to come back to Toronto, and I want to do a nice theater. What was the theater I was at before I did Jokers? Do you remember the name of it?
You were
Kind of
at
schlockish.
The schlockish.
Schlockish, kind of like an old theater that looked like they just built it before we got there in a couple hours.
Oh no,
Maybe you weren't at that,
No,
but
I
Giuseppe,
don't
the MC, was on the show with me.
Yeah, no, I was out of town.
By the time I was done with that show, I lost money.
You were in Hamilton.
Yeah,
Hamilton.
something like
Yeah,
that.
you were in Hamilton, the Zoetic Theater.
Yeah.
They've improved it. They're great people. They've improved it. They made it look a little bit nicer now.
Let us make mention of this person, Giuseppe, the MC.
Yes.
Because not only is he a wonderful, wonderful man, he's so nice. And he strives for success and he does great things.
Yeah.
But I've been watching on the internet what's going on with his son. I was sick to my stomach. I don't know how anybody could get through that. His son has a certain type of a cancer, am I right?
Yeah.
And they had to.
his ankle.
It was in his ankle?
It was in his ankle.
They had
Yeah, it
to
was in his ankle.
amputate his foot.
Yeah, I think they went up from, again, don't quote me on it, but from what I saw on the videos and stuff, I think it's about halfway up his calf from what I saw the other day.
Right.
Yeah.
Who gets
But you know
cancer
what?
in the ankle?
But you know what? I've never seen a stronger, more resilient kid than in Giuseppe's son.
Right.
The kid inspires me, and I'm sure many others, to just take what you got and just deal with it. Just run with it. Look at the positive rather than the negative. The kid's got so much positivity and what's the word I'm looking for?
Chutzpah?
Chutzpah, yeah, he's just so much. I'm not Jewish, but yeah,
Is that a Jewish
they
word?
say that right? I don't
It
even
is.
know. But he's got so much drive and so much the outlook on what's going on just gives you so much inspiration to do it. Man.
I hope so, because
Kid's amazing, Mike. Honestly, if nobody's watching him, I don't even know what his tag is. But go to Giuseppe the MC. He tags his son all the time. Go to his page. I'm telling you, it is inspirational to see, man. Inspirational.
I saw his father holding his leg and foot on the beach. I guess he was praying, and he was kissing his foot.
Yeah.
And they went and had the amputation.
Yeah.
It's just tear-jerking.
It was. There was a lot of. I'm gonna be honest with you. And can I swear on this?
Yeah, go ahead.
I swear. Yeah, fuck you, Giuseppe, because there's a lot of onions in my house when I was watching your videos, and there's a lot of onions. So no, I mean that with all respect. But nobody wants to go through that. As any parent, you know, I mean, like I have my little one, and nobody should go through that.
No.
But no child should go through that. And but like I say, the way he's handling it and the way the whole family is handling it is inspirational and amazing, honestly. So
When I was watching all of this stuff about what they were going through,
Yeah.
I was on a cruise ship with my Stugats.
oh, that guy, yeah, my Stugats.
His
yeah,
name
yeah,
is,
yeah.
Dominic.
Not my Stugats, but the
Dominic.
guy, Dominic, yeah.
I call him my Stugats because he gives you these shirts that say my
My
Stugats.
Stugats, yeah.
And every time he logs on to what I'm doing, I'm like, my Stugats, it's you. Most people don't realize we shouldn't be saying that.
No, yeah.
He's got it all over his shirts.
All of my
They're my
Stugats, there it
Stugats.
is. Yeah.
We spent the week together on a ship.
Nice. That's convenient.
Isn't that something?
That is.
He was coming to the show. I introduced him to the other guys. We laughed, we joked, we had some fun, but we were watching
Oh, awesome.
Giuseppe.
Yeah, he's doing his thing too, Giuseppe. You know what? He just came off a Australian tour. He did a whole bunch of shows in Australia. Now he's going to Calgary. He's doing this thing too, man. He's doing this thing too, and that's I love seeing the people that help me out. You know, just getting better, doing different things, and in the face of adversity of what he's going through, him and his family. The whole. That's what I mean by him going through something. Him and his family. He still gets the time to, bring joy to everybody else, right? That's what we do.
And he dresses really funny.
Can I say it? Can I mention it?
Yeah, go ahead.
I gotta say you. I don't know how you did it. That weekend we had the show at Joker's.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oof.
You lost your dad.
Yeah.
But like a fucking trooper, like a professional dude, you went on that stage that night, did your thing, had the place roaring, and then I noticed you came off and you just were dealing with before the show, dealing with all the stuff going on.
Funeral arrangements.
All the flights that were coming in, people coming in, doing all that stuff. You went on stage, did your thing, came off, and then went back at it. That's a professional. And then you give yourself credit too, because I couldn't fucking do it. I'll tell you right now. I wouldn't be able to do it.
Well, this is where the term "the show must go on" comes from.
Yeah.
Because we don't have normal lives, bro.
It's true.
It's not a normal life.
No.
If you're in show business and you have a job, and for some other reason why another person who was a contractor or a taxi driver could say, "Oh, well, I'll just take the day off." Yeah. We can't. You can't take the day off.
No.
What are you going to do? You sell all these tickets. Right. Everybody's coming. You're not at a multi-million-dollar level where you could say, "Hey, screw everybody." So you have to go. Yeah. So the show must go on.
I blew my mind. Honestly, it blew my mind. The way you handled it, the way you just went on, it blew my mind. So
yeah, my father died on the day after Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And the oddest thing is, too, my mother died, which is in 2012, and I had to go to Canada to do a show. I was working for Ralph.
Oh, shit.
So a couple of days after my mom passed, I had to go to Canada. I was with Wheels Parisi, and we were in the limo headed to the show. Okay. And I started to tear up. And I remember my buddy Wheels Parisi, if you remember Mike Parisi, he was doing the show. Frank Spadone was on the show.
Yeah.
And we were on our way over there, and he goes like this: "Your mother's your new agent. She's in heaven now. Now you're going to get whatever you want, and you're going to be an animal. You're going to be an animal." And I'm sitting in the limo going, you're right, let's do this. Yeah. But then again, you do the show, and you hope it doesn't hit you while you're performing, because it will fuck you up. Yeah, but you go into your head, you do your show, you get to your room, and you cry your eyes out.
Yeah, no, I couldn't do it. When I looked at you doing it and you doing your thing, I was like, and then you said to me when you came off, you said, "The show must go on, dude. It is what it is, right?" So,
what are you gonna do?
Yeah, and I'll just deal with it and you literally left the next day. You were supposed to stay a couple more days, and you left, right?
You have a very big show tonight and tomorrow night, or
tomorrow
the next
night
night.
And Saturday, yeah.
And I hope that while you're performing, you don't go into your head and go, "Man, they robbed me for $20."
Well, hey,
the show must go on.
It's gonna fucking bother me all weekend, man. It's gonna bother me the whole week. I have to go back now. I have to go back.
You can't.
No, I have to go back through the Jersey Turnpike. I'm grabbing 2 tickets. That shit cost me $20.
It's really funny. For the rest of his life, I'm going to break his balls about the $20 he got robbed.
I got robbed for $20
by a manja cake. See, in California, in Canada, what we say Minigan, Minigan, the Americans.
But I heard you call him Baba Minigan.
My mother said, "I'm Minigan."
Baba Minigan.
And they make a song of it too. Yeah. Minigano, Mama Minigano.
Yeah, we call them manja cakes. E-cake, yeah.
I never heard of that until I got there, and they were saying a manja cake. But when I heard it, I said to myself, "You guys must be making fun of
American,
white people."
White people. Yeah. Non-Italian,
people.
non-Italian white people. Yeah, yeah,
Man.
So yeah, it is what it is, man. It doesn't matter where you're from, north to south, U.S. to Canada. We're all the
I
same.
want to go to Australia.
That's my next stop.
Let me know if you want to take me with you, because
let's
I
do
don't
it.
know the
Let's do
Australian
it.
market.
Let's do it. Let's
but
do it.
I'm a
That's
good
my
traveler. I
my
got
next
I got
stop.
small amounts of luggage. Let's
Yeah, so
if
carry
we
on.
Joe is deputy MC, maybe he knows where we can
I'm
go.
sure. I'm sure he'll help us out.
call
Two
you
places
buddy.
on my bucket list. Two places.
Yeah,
on
me
Australia,
too.
Australia and Dubai.
Well, Dubai, you're gonna get.
Dubai's in the works, thanks to you.
Let's get Australia.
Australia is in the works.
You know who's in town this weekend in New Jersey? And I'm going to call him too, because I'm going to break his balls. Because I asked these guys, why don't you stay at my house? Why do you do that?
Yeah.
But the Uncle Louie Variety Show.
Oh yeah, Louis. These guys.
They're the sweethearts,
They're
man.
good guys.
They're
yeah.
fucking
Yeah,
hilarious.
we were just in Toronto together, watching the Sushi Mango show. Guys from Sushi Mango from Australia.
Wow, those guys hit big time, huh?
Those guys are. Listen, you want to see a great group of guys.
Yeah?
Yeah, great.
Good,
group,
good. They
I'm so
respond to
happy.
me a lot on the internet.
I'm so happy that things are just blowing up. They just started their new tour, and they have an arena. I think it's like 15,000 people or something like that.
Holy shit.
And they released their pre-sale. Mm-hmm. They just added a second show.
Isn't that amazing?
That's what dreams are made of, man.
I wonder if we can. I would love to meet them.
You're a great guy, Carlo, Joe, Andrew, amazing guys, amazing. I mean, you have nothing.
They were
really
they
great
were
guys.
emailing me for a while on
Yeah.
social media.
Great dudes, great guys.
Yeah,
Love
that's
them
cool.
to death.
And of course, the leader of it all is Joe Avati.
Joe Avati. Joe Avati is the OG Italian.
I'm looking at his tour. I'm like, man, where does he
Yeah.
ever get any free time?
Yeah, he's got a lot of dates, man. He's got a lot of dates, and you know what? Again, the OG of Italian comedy, right? You got the face of where all Italian comedy started from, right? And so, you know,
Did his acting at Calabres. Holy
yeah,
shit.
and that's the whole thing, right? He's the guy who kind of opened the doors for everybody in that world, right? So.
Good guys. These are good guys,
good
because
guys.
there's a lot of assholes in this business. These guys are all true, great men.
Yep.
Tell everybody where they can find you on all your social media, so that we can get out of here, and you and your wife and your gorgeous little child over there. Maybe I don't know if you want to come over here and show your face, you can.
I gotta go eat. No, leave me with that.
All right.
Uh-oh. Oh, she's coming over. Look. Anyway,
can we show that face? Come on.
I don't know. You want to show that face?
Can we-
just come really? Come say hi.
Come on, you say goodnight to everybody with us.
Everybody.
Can you sit right here?
Say goodnight. Right here.
Come on,
say
look,
goodnight.
look, wait.
Say hi.
Hi,
Goodnight.
look.
Yeah,
Look,
she's
go like
been
this.
sitting there all tired.
Oh, look at how cute.
All right. Get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah, no, listen, you guys can find me on all social media at Lou_Siciliano_Raggiato. Mike's going to put it in the details in the comments.
Yes, I will.
So if you want the spelling, you can go down there. All social media is all the same. I'm right now on tour. I'm traveling across the U.S. I'm going to hit Chicago, Boston, hopefully Florida soon. I'll get the confirmation for Florida coming up. All thanks to you. And then back in Canada. And then I'm going to finish off in Montreal and then Toronto. So real busy rest of the year. But you know what? Like you said, I love it. I want more.
Watch his videos, folks, on social media. Go see him live. Enjoy yourself. It's fun. It's funny. It's Italian. We got to get going. A nice big shout out to my producer, Tatiana, Blue Shelf, always making sure we get a great guest to come down to the basement.
Thank you.
Keeping things in order, making sure the show looks good. You can watch us every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock on my YouTube channel, which is Mike Marino Live on YouTube. You could also not only listen, but watch the show on Spotify. Get it through your favorite podcast app. We're also going to be listening on Italian American radio in New York City. Nice. So don't forget, folks, let's make America Italian again. You know the motto: you don't know nothing, you don't see nothing, and you don't say nothing. And how do I end every single one of my broadcasts with saying this little saying with my guest? Don't take no shit from nobody. You ready?
Yeah.
We say it together. Don't take no shit from nobody.
Okay.
Hey folks, thanks for watching Live from My Mother's Basement. I hope you enjoyed the show. And if you did, hit the word like and leave me a really cool comment. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss any of the future episodes, and you can watch some of the funniest videos on the internet. You can also listen to the show on Spotify or your favorite podcast app.